Good morning from Balfour, British Columbia. Seb here, and welcome to a sort of unusual trip report. Um, yeah, so today we are going to be taking the ferry boat from Balfour across Kootenay Lake and over to Kootenay Bay on the other side. And the ferry we are going to be on here is called the Osprey 2000. At the ferry terminal here, we have a bakery that provides a nice, delicious
He's
breakfast.
got, yeah, let's show down at that point.
And
Yeah,
here
slow
is
down.
the Osprey
He's
2000
taking a picture.
approaching.
He said, I think those look good. He said.
Now it's time to go and drive on board. Most people going this way are probably going to take the highway down the lake to Creston. Um, but I am going to a place called Crawford Bay,
Oh, see.
which is a place that I really like visiting. I go there just about every summer to eat at my favorite restaurant and look at all these nice little shops and things like that they
Okay.
have there.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's the entire reason that I
Like
am filming this trip report anyway, because I really enjoy this nice, beautiful ferry ride and going to Crawford Bay.
Your attention, please, for an important safety announcement. For your information, our crews are Transport Canada approved and certified. In the event of an emergency, information will be available from any crew member or via the public address system.
Now we are departing Balfour and heading out into the beautiful Kootenay Lake. Now we're gonna head up top here and check out some of the beautiful views. On board the Osprey 2000, there's this nice little coffee shop in here. There's also washrooms on board that I did not use. Here's a nice little map of everything that you can do in the West Kootenays, and I also got handed one of these maps to keep. Now we are starting to approach Kootenay Bay, so here's our docking. now that we are getting off the ferry, I'm going to show you some nice fun things that you can do
Yeah,
in
parking
this
here.
beautiful part of the world. The first thing we're going to do here is
I don't know
hike
what.
up to the Bay Lighthouse, which is not operational of a lighthouse
That's
anymore, but
McEwen's.
you can actually go in it and go up it and look at the nice, beautiful scenery. The hike in the forest here, although it's 5 minutes long, is quite nice and peaceful.
Mosquito.
So here we are in the lighthouse, and after reading this informative thing, we're going to go up to the top of it.
These are boat type ladders, isn't they?
Yes.
So now we're up at the top, and this lovely view is one of the main reasons why you should come and visit this part of the world. And here goes the Osprey 2000 back over to Balfour again. So, now, after that nice lighthouse, we're heading back into the town of Crawford Bay, which has lots of nice little shops in it, and my favorite one is the Broom shop. Yes, this is North Woven Broom, a place where they hand make these nice, beautiful brooms and sell them to places all over the world, actually. They're quite famous. They make all kinds of brooms, like pretty conventional ones, crazy weird bent ones, tiny brooms, a double broom, and even Harry Potter brooms. Here's a little model of the SS Moye, an old steamship that used to travel through the waters of Kootenay Lake, and it's now become a museum in Caslow. In Crawford Bay, there are lots of other different shops and things like that. There's a blacksmith, there's a weaver, there's First Nations art shops, but the Broom one is my favorite one. And now it's time to go head over to Black Salt Café, which is my favorite restaurant, and get a nice lunch of the Purcell pear, which is it's a it's a pear with like melted cheese and caramel and a giant plate of pommes frites, which are the best fries in the world. Oh, well this sucks. So, Black Salt Cafe is closed today because of a small kitchen fire. Well, that's pretty lame. So I guess I'm not having the lunch that I planned on having, but I'll be sure to get back up here at some point and I'll film it and show you what it actually looks like and tastes like because it's quite good. I ended up having lunch at the Kootenay Springs golf course thing, and it was alright, but it's just not as good as Black Salt Cafe. Anyway, now it's time to go catch the ferry back across the lake. And here, the ferry I'm going to be on is the other ferry that does this route. It's the MV Balfour, and it's older than the Osprey and smaller as well, and it doesn't have all the amenities of the Osprey, so it's not quite as interesting. Um, but it is scheduled to be retired soon, actually. and in Nelson they are building a new ship that will replace it. Anyway, here you can see the Osprey going over the opposite way, and in the background the lighthouse that we went to. So, that's been the trip on the Kootenay Lake Ferry, and a little bit of things to do in Crawford Bay. I hope you enjoyed this rather unusual trip report to put on an aviation channel. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy it very much, and I will see you in the next one.